would say that they should always make a very good first impression, because what they do on like the first day and how a person meets them is how they're going to be remembered throughout this whole school year. And then as they're teaching, to just remember that the students don't know what they're talking about all the time when they're explaining it. So make sure.
I would say to remember that not everybody learns in the same way. Like some people learn better by reading it on their own, some people learn better by seeing examples of it or being visual learners, and that to be willing to adapt to the different types of learning that each class or each student needs.
I'd say it would depend on the teaching style, on how the way they teach. So don't be too strict, but then again, don't be too carefree. And when I mean have a medium, because I know there are some teachers that are like really strict, and I kind of feel kind of tense that if I do something wrong that I might fail and everything, so I may have like lose help with that. And then there's like a lot of teachers that are kind of carefree, so if kids don't do their homework, they're like, oh, you can just turn it in tomorrow, and then more kids won't take the class seriously. So just have a common ground, be stern, be strict, but yet don't be like you could care less.
I'd say you could use technology to an advantage. Use it in retrospect to your lessons, because most kids love technology, and if you try to go in an old style way of teaching, you may or may not lose their focus. They may turn to their devices either way. So if you use them, or if you use their devices to your advantage, you can more than less keep their attention and keep it a better learning environment.
Well, I'd suggest trying to find a happy medium, kind of how the kids respond to what you do. Whether it's you don't want to have too much note taking, you don't also want to have too much interaction where they're just out of control. So try and balance the two, and try and stay comfortable. Kids like teachers that they'll get along with. Make some jokes sometimes, and as long as the chemistry between you and the kids is good, then they'll learn better from you, and the classroom will be more successful.
I'd say the first year is always the toughest. You're brand new and coming into a new atmosphere, a new environment. You don't really know what to expect. I would say definitely go to your peers. Coming from a student's perspective, going to other students to kind of get comfortable in where you are can really help you develop and get even more comfortable to become an even better teacher than what you are. I would say in the classroom, nobody likes that super strict teacher, but be kind of chill and cool, still together with the students, but also laying down like the law kind of, this is what we're here to do to make you better for the future.
They could best impact their student or community school-wise is get to know everyone's names, get to know everyone, try to be involved in their lives in such a way. If they want to get involved in the classroom or such and such, they could have one-on-one interaction with their kids and such, or like make a questionnaire saying, tell me a little bit about you and such, and try to get to know them a little bit.
I think that one of the best ways that younger teachers can impact the school is by being someone that the students can talk to, because they're younger and they've been through what we have been through more recently, so they understand, and the students can be more comfortable talking to them than they could be like with older teachers.
Community.
I would say a new teacher could best impact their students by getting to know them, maybe taking part in just getting to know what they like to do and what they take part in, to get to know them a little better. And I'd say for your school community would be taking part in any activities possible that you could just have an impact on making your school better. Taking part in chapel services and maybe putting together maybe a PowerPoint or something. I'm just thinking from Martin Luther's aspect, maybe taking part in the Sugar Plum Fair or even sporting events, taking tickets and stuff, just so people see your face around and say like, wow, the teacher really wants to get involved in the school and be a great teacher. And I think that would really affect a lot of people's hearts and minds.
I'd say it's important to get involved, especially with a lot of Lutheran schools are going to be smaller sizes, and I think teachers should take advantage of that and get to know the kids a lot, not just in the classroom, but get to know what they're interested in, how they respond to certain lessons and whatever, and from there you can better enhance your curriculum with the kids.
I think the best way that they can impact the school and their students is to be caring and to know what they're going through because they've been there and that they can really relate to what they've done.
You'll notice once you get going that we were really close here. Under God, we become a family under his wing, and just the teacher-student relationships are so together. I feel from my 4 years here that I have developed many relationships, not only with students but with teachers also, that it's going to be hard to leave. And at different schools, such as public schools, I feel like the student-teacher relationship is just more of a one-year thing. They'll see them, they'll maybe be friends with them for that year, they think they're cool, but after that they go on to a different teacher, different relationship. And at a Lutheran school, you'll always have that family, you'll always have a place to come back to, even after the years of your teaching and students leaving. They'll come back. I've seen it throughout many years, students coming back and still seeing the teachers and all the memories coming back to them.
I think it's so important because Lutheran schools are different than like public schools, for example, where the teachers are there to strictly just teach the kids, and that's what the student-teacher relationship is. Whereas in a Lutheran school, you're more of a spiritual mentor. The kids will look up to you. They'll use you as an example of how they should live their lives, and you become more than just a teacher. You become a mentor to kids and a spiritual teacher to kids, and you can influence the most important part of a child's life.
If you're struggling or anything, you can always go back on your faith. And if a student needs help with anything, you can always bring up their faith in God or scripture into that, and it will help them overcome that.
For the reasons of the different view of the students that come to the school, I know there are a lot of international students that we have in our school that aren't Christians, and there are some that want to be Christians. So in the role of a lot of teachers like yourself, you could guide them into the Christian faith and help them just learn to love Christ and what he's done for us.
I think that the biggest difference is in public schools, you have to be careful about what you say. And in Lutheran schools, you can feel free to talk about your faith and help the students grow in their faith. And also, teaching in a Lutheran school, you get to be a role model for the students, someone that they can look up to that has good, strong faith in what they say and what they do, and in the classroom and out of the classroom.